Jim, the Game Guru. Today I'm going to go into some Onitama. It is kind of a unique game where it's almost like an abstract kind of chess game. Very cool. It's got a great looking box. I absolutely love it. Figurines in there. I kind of flip this around for you guys to kind of see that stuff. Very neat. So Onitama, kind of an abstract chess that's played on a neoprene mat. And then I've got the two expansions for it too. It's called, one's the Way of the Wind and the other is Sensei's Path. One of them adds just additional cards to the game. The other one actually adds another piece on the board that has additional cards as well in there. If you guys are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. And then now let's go ahead and dive into the unboxing of this here. I'm going to open it up a little bit, set it up, and do a quick little simulation playthrough. Okay, let's go ahead and dig into Onitama. Now, the nice thing about the expansions for this game is that the expansions all fit into the box. This game is actually pretty reasonably priced on Amazon. It goes for $20. The problem that I have with this game is that when you buy the two additional expansions, this game gets a little above the kind of the reasonable price point. It's actually the two expansions will be about an extra $30. So this game's about $50-ish if you buy all the expansions, but you don't need to buy all the expansions to really enjoy this game. You can spend $20 on this game and it's perfectly fine. I don't think you're missing much. But if you do end up buying the other expansions, they all fit here nice and neat. So let me go ahead and open the box. So now the way the box opens is it doesn't have like a top lid or anything like that. Its lid, it opens up from its side like this, which is really cool. I love the artwork in this game. It's fantastic. Here's your neoprene mat. Let's go ahead and pull this out. And I'll pull this box to the side like this. And the mat just goes just like that. Just like that. Perfectly like that. Alright, so you have the red temple, you have the blue temple over here. Let's go over some of the cards. I have, inside this box, I do have like the manuals tucked on the side, so it fits in there really easily. I have the Wind Spirit and the two masters in there as well as the students. So if we look at these cards, I believe I have them. Yep. So here we go. So this is, I'm trying to remember which one. Okay, I think this is from Sensei's Path. Let me find the ones from the Wind. Let me pull them out really quick. Yeah, these are all from these. So you get these cards here from Way of the Wind, and then you get these cards here from Sensei's Path, and then you get these from the base game. So let's just kind of show you what's like. These cards are very simple. As you can see, they have kind of animal names in there, or even beasts. So they have frog, boar, ox, rooster, elephant, mantis, monkey, crane, goose, just a bunch of different cards. And on the cards, the right side of the card is your moves. So this black spot on the move card is your current position of your pawn. And what you have to do is, if you end up using this card as a move, you can move your statuette pawn to any one of these blocks. So if you're here, you can go here, or you can make a move to here, or you can make a move to here. And the same thing with all of these. Like, so boar, you can only move left one, top one, or to the right one. Ox, and it's very simplistic. Rooster, you can come here. So you don't. It's not like you have to move over and then up. It's any one of these squares. You can move from this black square to any one of these other squares. If you notice, the cards are in blue or red, like little symbols at the bottom. So you have blue, and then our red ones. Let me see if I can flip this a little more. So you got blue, red. That is used to figure out who goes first in this game, which is a pretty neat concept. You don't have to worry about rolling a die or deciding. You just shuffle the cards and you pull it. So the Wind Spirit cards from Way of the Wind is you have your regular move at the very top, and then at the very bottom you have the wind movement. And when you play one of these wind cards, you have to either move. You have to make both moves. I mean, they don't have to be both legal moves, but as long as you make one of them a move, and then if the other one you can't make a move, then it's just forfeited. But that's all it is. So all these wind ones have the wind token move, and as well as the move for your master or student pawns. The Sensei's Path are just additional movement cards. So they kind of like, just a bunch of other type of characters with different crazy movements, like Otter. You can see Otter's movement is kind of a very weird shape. Viper. So it's just more kind of arrangement of moves. Ooh, look at that one. Phoenix. That's kind of cool. All right. So let's go ahead and shuffle this. I'll show you guys how it's played really fast. It's really, really easy. So what you do, okay, so this is red up here. So what you do is you put your students just like this. You put the master just like that. So we put these students. And then let's go ahead. So I'm gonna put the Wind Spirit over here on the side. I'll talk about Wave the Wind here in a second, but I just want to do the basic. And what you do then is you will take 5 cards. So you shuffle these, and after you shuffle, you take the 5 cards. You deal 1 per person. So we'll deal 1 here, deal 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 up here. So I guess I'm gonna move this up a little bit because the mat is so large that I'll just move it up here so it's easier to see. And what happens, move this box over a little bit. So what happens is that this, okay, and the last one goes right here. So this is how you decide who goes first. So turtle is red, so red goes first, and we'll put it over here because red's going first there. And since red is going first, they're going to choose one of their moves. I mean, this game, when I say this game is simple, it is absolutely simple. But even though it's simple, it's super intense because every single move in this game matters. And what you do is that, so red would go here, they would kind of look at their things and say, okay, well, what am I going to do? And the nice thing is, in this game, like when you have these cards arranged, like this is this way and those cards are that way, as far as each player being able to read them, it's also easy for me to read it upside down from over here because I can see what movements that this player has. So I can see that the red can move these ways on the board, and the same thing with red, they can see this way forward on my cards, the moves that I get to make. So red's gonna look at my cards here, blue, and say, you know what, you can only move 1 space forward and 1 space forward here and maybe a space over there, but that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use, I don't know, we'll say we'll use giraffe or something. And so giraffe is 1 over, and then let me see if I get this right. I'm trying to do this in the camera at the same time, and then 1 up, right? So 1 over and 1 up diagonally. So then what happens is after he places giraffe comes around like this, dog slides over, and then turtle ends up going here, just like that. And now I, being the blue player, get to go next. So now I know this is coming up next, and that's part of the strategy in this game too, is that player, I've only got 2 here, but red knows that after I make one of these plays that I'm gonna get giraffe on my side here for my next turn. So, panda, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Panda, yeah, I'm gonna use panda here. I'm gonna move that up 1. Looking at his moves, I don't see him being able to really capture it. That's a safe move so far. It's kind of early in the game. So Panda goes over here. Giraffe slides down like this, and now he's got Panda next turn. It's gonna slide in, and then he's got Dog and Turtle that he can use right now. So then he goes ahead and says, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use Dog, and Dog I can go like this." That seems like a pretty safe move because I don't have anything to really capture that there. So Turtle goes this way, Panda goes this way, and then now I have Dog. And that's it. You keep going around and around and around. And it seems very, very simple. You're like, oh my God, this is so simple, blah, blah, blah. This cannot be there's not a lot of strategy. It can't be hard. Oh yeah, it is. It's actually really intense. And because every move, eventually, as you move the pawns down throughout the board, and you're making everybody's starting like to move in different places, it starts to get to the point where like every little move matters, and it's crazy. So the way you win this game is either eventually you capture the master, right? So let's say if the master was over here and I had this and then I had to move and I went like that and captured him, the game is over. Blue wins. The other way is if like maybe I have my master off my temple and red somehow makes it to this temple here. So you capture the master or you make it to the temple. That is it. That is how you win the game. One of those two actions. Now, let's go to the Wind Spirit in Way of the Wind and take a look at that really fast. So Way of the Wind goes in the center. Now, with Way of the Wind, it's a little different because you're not going to play with 5 basic moves. What you're going to do is you're going to end up playing with 2 wind cards and 3 regular moves. So in Way of the Wind, this dog, let's say this dog would probably go there. So what you do is you shuffle all the wind cards, you pull 2 out, and then you shuffle the regular moves, and then you pull 3 out, and then those are your cards. And then you deal each player a wind card. So because there's 2 wind cards, right? So you deal each player a wind card. So let's go ahead and do that really fast. So we'll just say Giraffe is here if we started the game. And then we'll have this other wind card, Eagle. We'll replace Panda, I guess. So, okay. So this is how you start the Way of the Wind type game. Now the interesting thing about Way of the Wind is that this wind token is used as a very strategic pawn. And so what's interesting about this is that this pawn can never capture another pawn. So like let's say if his red came up, right? And let's just say I had a move card that could move him somewhere to hit this student. So instead of actually capturing it, what it does is it would be an exact swap. So if the wind started here and landed on here, it would be a swap just like that. So this token adds these little strategic elements where you can actually move other players' pawns or even your own pawn to a starting position where the wind token was. The other thing that's really, really cool is that let's say if I had this wind token here and then red was like right here, and they had a move, right? That red had a move that they could move here. This wind token blocks movements. So anywhere this wind token is at, you cannot move one of your pawns to that square, which is pretty awesome. So you can use this for teleportation, and you can also use it for blocking. And with these wind cards having 2 moves at once, one being your master or student, and the other one being the wind spirit as well, it makes it for a very interesting game. The other thing too to know with Way of the Wind is that you don't have to use one of these wind cards when you're using the wind token. You could actually, when you use your one of the regular moves, you can choose to move either the master or student, or you can choose to move the wind token. So you have 3 different possibilities, 3 different things to move. So I think this expansion is actually really, really cool. If you had a choice, if you could only buy one expansion, whether Sensei's Path or Way of the Wind, I would probably say go with Way of the Wind. But then if you wanted more variety, obviously you'd pick up Sensei's Path and add to the game. But that is it. I mean, this is Onitama. I played it a few times. I like it. I'm not great at chess at all. I suck at chess, and I'm not a huge fan of chess. But this I was able to get into because it's so simple. I don't have 15,000 pieces I got to move with all these crazy moves everywhere on the board. You only have 2 cards you can choose from every single move. It's actually very simplistic. The games don't last forever in this. Well, if I was playing a chess master, they'd kill me in 2 moves anyway. But the games for like ordinary people, this game does not last long. It's probably about 20 minutes. But it's super cool. Everything fits in this nice little skinny box, and I love that. But that's it. This is Onitama. It's a fantastic game. If you're fans of chess, or even not fans of chess, you should give this game a try once. It's kind of like an abstract chess that's very simplistic. But that's it. I will see you guys later.